Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. Y'all know I got a new deck, so I'm going to be using these. Today I'm going to be doing another pick a card reading. If you're new on my channel, welcome. This is where I get to be my raw, unfiltered version of myself. So if you are easily offended by occasional expletives, or anything that is related to the truth, please do unsubscribe to my channel. It is what it is, but if you love my content, please do stick around and continue to support me. I love all of you on here equally. Just remember the truth hurts, you know, the truth hurts. So let's dive into these messages. Most of the messages I get for these cards, especially these cue cards, are inspired by online content, TikTok, Instagram, you know, different aspects of life, I guess. Conversations with people. That's a few and far in between one, but mainly like Google and online. Media is what I use to channel these messages when I am creating these cards, okay? Alright, so let's get into these. Use your own wisdom and discernment when listening to my readings. Please do not take a message if it does not resonate. Alright, let's see for pile 1 which card I should use. Calm Cat. Pile 2. Yappy Yorkie. And pile 3. Pudgy Piglet. Wow, okay. What a very interesting set of cards that just fell out. Anyway, so let's get into these messages. Let's look at what you need to know right now. What you need to know right now. There are timestamps available in the description box, so head on down there as soon as you can. Alright. And select the card that you feel most drawn to, that you feel most connected to. Trust your intuition. It is going to guide you accordingly. Alright. I didn't realize that these cards were a bit bent last time. But anyway. We don't aim for perfection over here. We aim for progress. So, yeah. Let's get into these. Alright. So for pile 1, I have here Calm Cat. For pile 2, Yappy Yorkie. And for pile 3, Pudgy Piglet. So, what you need to know right now. Damn, okay. I'm not ready to choose cards yet. Click the bottom left corner of the screen. You're going to see a small word that says more. You're clicking on that. And, you know, you're going to see these cards pop up. Alright, so select the card that you feel most drawn to, that you feel most connected to. Alright, let's dive into these messages. For pile 1, if you chose the Calm Cat, what you need to know right now. What you need to know right now. I feel like this could be work related because of the clothes that the cat has on. Alright, this could definitely be work related. So there's something you need to know about your workplace or where you work. I'm getting strongly this could be like your main job. So if you have a side hustle, this does not apply to you. This is for like a main establishment, like a real serious type of establishment, right? I'm talking like maybe you work in a school, maybe you work in a bank, maybe you work in some serious organization. There's something here you need to know about that. So let's see, what does my pile 1 need to know, especially as it pertains to their work situation. Remember, this does not apply to you for those of you that have side hustles, okay? Archangel Michael, I welcome you at this time. Only messages of truth and clarity would be revealed. Thank you. Some choose to intentionally misunderstand you. Keep being you. Stop convincing. Start removing access. Stop convincing, start removing access. So there's something here you need to understand within your work dynamic. There are some people here at your workplace. Again, if you are working in a very established organization, these messages would apply to you. If you don't work in an established organization, then these messages will not apply to you. Okay, so let's go. Choose another pile if it doesn't apply. All right, always remember there are other piles and other options. So yeah, there are some people at your workplace that are choosing to intentionally misunderstand you, to intentionally cause unintentional misunderstandings or upsets or whatever, because they have their own motives. All right, unfortunately, the second card says stop convincing, start removing. So this is a sign if you've been thinking about removing your accessibility to certain individuals at your workplace. That is a good thing, right? I would say yes, limit your access with certain individuals, especially if you realize they are intentionally choosing to misunderstand you, maybe trying to paint you out to be somebody that you're not. All right, start removing access. Don't communicate much with these people. Don't have much to say to them. Good morning, good evening, and that's it. All right, let's see what else my pile one needs to know. Envies around you, watch out for fake friends or associates. Yeah, so this could be somebody at your workplace who envies you. Secretly, they could be envious of, I don't know, anything you have good going on in your life. They could want to sabotage that. Unfortunately, there are people that are very malicious like that for no reason. You know, unfortunately, all because of envy. And I'm getting that, you know, it's sad because you, my viewer, I don't think you have anything against this person. Okay, this could also be somebody that keeps a lot of secrets, because you know the hands are in the pockets of the cat. So pay attention to body language when you are discussing things with this person. Yeah, this person can have a lot of secrets. Maybe they, I don't know, but I don't get good vibes from this. The mask has fallen off for everyone to see. Yeah, so maybe you had a recent I don't know what you had with this person, whoever it is at the workplace, and now everyone sees this individual for who they are. Maybe this person could be intolerant or inconsiderate. Maybe this person could be, again, the envy is fueling a lot of this individual, whoever they are. You know, again, at your establishment, it's a hard working environment. This is like a job that pays well, right? We're not talking we're not talking the minimal type of wage here. We're talking a job that pays well, because look at this cat, he's finely dressed. Okay, so it could be at a place where the money is good. Money could be I'm getting the term that's coming to mind is that's expensive. That's expensive. So maybe maybe the amount of money that is made at this establishment is enough to buy expensive things, right? Wherever you work, it's a well-paying job for my pile one. Now, if you don't work this type of job, please go choose another pile, because I'm getting strongly this is only for those of you that are working a very well-paying job, right? I have to stress that. So whatever situation you had happen, the mask has fallen off for everybody to see. Okay, so whoever maybe was trying to, you know, make you feel a type of way or make you whatever, the mask has fallen off and everybody can see clearly now who this individual is and what they are about. Okay, be smart, right? So some of you just need to be smart about the entire situation. Pause and reconsider. Some of you don't know the whole truth of the story. You're getting pieces. All right, some of you could be getting pieces of this, whatever it is transpired here, especially if this person, whoever it is, chose to intentionally misunderstand you. You're getting piece of the story. You're not getting the whole story. Okay, pause and reconsider. Teaching and learning. This one hates on your spiritual insight. So there's somebody that is hating on your spiritual insight. It is what it is. People tend to demonize what they don't understand. We were all given different spiritual gifts. Some people have the gift of foresight. Some people have the gift of discernment. Others may have the gift of dream state. You know, just being able to connect in a dream state, astral project, different abilities. You know, and you have to be able to really look at yourself. Take a long hard look at yourself in order to reach this spiritual level of consciousness. Not everybody can do it, right? Once you understand that once you understand that people tend to demonize what they don't understand, you would begin to realize that a lot of what happens around you is much deeper than what meets the eye. Okay, so there's somebody here that hates on your spiritual insight. Maybe you could see beyond people, their mask. Look at this. This came out. I just rested there. You know, I didn't even pay attention to where I was putting the cards, but it fell here. The mask has fallen off for everyone to see. So maybe you, my viewer, you could see beyond certain people. You know, you could see beyond the fronts that people put on or whatever. You know, not everybody could see that. Some people do. Some people don't. Sometimes you're inaccurate. Sometimes you need to get to know people better. I don't know, child. You would know yourself better than I do. But again, this is an establishment where people get paid well. There's none of scrums here. There's a well-paying job. So if that is your story, well, just know that you have a hater that hates on your spiritual insight. Alright? Maybe it's, again, teaching and learning. Some of you could be teachers that chose this, or maybe, you know, the organization that you work for has a lot of training happening there, or teaching and learning. Right? Some of you need to pause and reconsider. Some choose to intentionally misunderstand you. Keep being you. Pause and reconsider. Alright? Pause and reconsider this situation, because there's something here you're not being told. There's a piece of information you're not being told that is important for you to make a decision, or something along those lines. That's the vibe I get. Alright? But some of you need to just remove your access, pull back your energy, and just observe. Just observe quietly. Don't say much. Observe quietly. Much similar to myself, if it's one thing I do is observe, and I know a lot that people don't tell me, and I do not reveal what I know. I just don't. I do not reveal what I know. Alright? And it's wise to not reveal what you know. The things you know, you don't have to reveal. You have to be smart. Use your wisdom. Okay? So, yeah. That's crazy, man. Let's see what other messages want to come out for you. Alright, any more messages for my pile 1, Archangel Michael? I welcome you at this time to reveal messages of truth and clarity. Only messages of truth and clarity. You know, stop caring so much about the opinions of others. None can stop your blessings. Your destiny is safe. Your mind is your powerhouse. Protect it. You don't make the rules, neither do you break them. Neutral. So some of you need to have a more neutral stance with respect to this workplace nonsense. Only talks about you because if they spoke about themselves, none would listen. Your spiritual beliefs matter. Stay prayed up. Yeah, like this is my thing, guys. Like, remember in the first set of cards that I draw, said here, hates on your spiritual insight. Let's analyze the information here. So look at this. These two are in the same color. What are the odds, right? Only talks about you because if they spoke about themselves, none would listen. So there could be somebody who is talking about your spiritual beliefs, your spiritual insight, maybe what you practice, which by the way is a basic human right. We are all free to practice what we believe in as long as we are not harming anyone. It's in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Do your research, you'll find out, you know, what I'm talking about. But just because somebody doesn't hold the same spiritual beliefs as you doesn't make them a monster. Okay, and I feel like some of you here probably are being made out to be somebody that is, you know, let's look back at the cards. that is heavily misunderstood in the situation. Some choose to intentionally misunderstand you, keep being you. I saw this quote, I think it was on Instagram, and I wrote it over on the card because I really liked it. But yeah, there's somebody here at your workplace that's choosing to really stretch who you are, what you believe in. Probably you may practice, let's say if you are a Christian, this is a random example, okay? Let's say if you are a Christian, you may choose to not go to church, but you still pray, you still read your Bible, you still choose to, expand your spiritual knowledge beyond what is in the Bible, stuff like that. Let's say you practice spirituality like that. These are persons here who believe maybe only in the Bible. They don't believe that there's no other truth. They don't believe in expanding their knowledge. You don't believe in asking questions, that would help your spirit to actually grow. They don't believe in those things. Maybe you practice, or it doesn't even have to be that. You could be a Hindu, or maybe Buddhist, or something here where your beliefs are different, and it still matters. Your beliefs do matter. All right, my pile one. So remember that, regardless of what you're going through, because I feel like this person is talking about your spiritual beliefs, okay? Or they're making blows or jabs at your stance on where you're, I don't know, some nonsense like that. Listen guys, this is why you need to develop hobbies. Go and do some hobbies. When you get hobbies, you don't have time to think about these things. You don't have time to talk about these things that other people have going on in their life. But anyway, that's what I see for pile one. My advice to you: stay calm in the situation, be cool, chill. Some of you are very intuitive, because I'm looking at the purple, and when I look at purple, this shade of purple, I think of amethyst crystals. And if you know anything about amethyst crystals, it's very much linked to boosting intuition, etc. So some of you that chose pile one, you're very intuitive, like myself, because I'm a very intuitive person. I know a lot more than I say, right? But I've learned over the years to not say everything that I observe. So maybe some of you need to understand that thing. If you know certain things, you don't have to say it. Some things you just need to pray about, or offer it to whoever you believe in, and call on your ancestors, call on your guides, call on your spirit team to help you in this situation. I feel like maybe that's what is going on with you, my pal one. Call on your ancestors, whoever you may believe in, to help you in this situation, especially Archangel Michael. So Archangel Michael has always been an angel I work with personally that brings me justice in areas of injustice. So yeah, pile two, Yorkie. If you chose pile two, what does my pile two need to know right now? Archangel Michael, I welcome you at this time. The truth offends liars the most. Speak it anyway. Alright, so Yorkie is, when I think about somebody that yaps, is somebody who's very talkative, etc. So maybe for my pile two, what you need to know is that your truth matters, alright, and the truth matters. So there may be a situation in your life where you spoke the truth, you said what you had to say, you did that and the third, and it offended some people, especially people who may not have a healthy relationship with the truth, but you still have to speak your truth anyway, okay? Alright, let's see what else is my pile two need to know. Freedom of expression can only happen once you accept your truth. Look at that. Look at that. This fell out right after. Right? So some of you, I'm not saying go around. Let me tell you all something here. People have this really twisted view of being yourself. You see, when it comes to the workplace environment, I have my own reservations about being yourself. Right? Because time and place. I'm all about time and place. If you are at the workplace, you're at the workplace. Do your work, go home. Right? You can't think too much about being yourself and being colorful and all these things. No, time and place. There are different places to show different aspects of your personality. And humans are too complex. Humans are too complex to be placed into one category. You cannot place humans into one category. Okay? Because people have different sides to them. Some of you needed to hear that. Because what I get pile two, maybe, you're just a really cool, chill person, and, you carry that energy and vibe, let's say, to a way more serious environment. And there are people who may not have accepted their truth within themselves. So maybe they're looking at your personality like if, you know, it is some kind of threat or is something that they don't have, or you don't know how these nonsensical situations go. So remember that people can only meet you as deeply as they have met themselves, my pile 2. That's what you need to know right now. Do not go around trying to convince people. Okay, you know who you are, and that's most important. All right, believe in yourself, be confident, grow in spirit. That's what you need to know right now. Okay, believe in yourself, be confident, grow in spirit. What else is my pile 2 need to know right now? What else is my pile 2 need to know right now? Be kind, be rewarded. Be unkind, and a series of unfortunate events will follow. Practice what you preach. Okay, so there's a need for some of you that need to apply what you preach. Okay, if you tell people be honest, then you yourself need to be honest, my pile 2. If you believe in integrity, you yourself need to have integrity. Integrity means doing the right thing when nobody's looking, right? If you preach to people they need to be more spiritual, then you, my pile 2, need to be more spiritual, right? Lead by example. Lead by example. You see this kind of shit people like to say about, excuse my language, guys, sometimes when I'm annoyed at things, I swear on here, it is what it is. This shit that baffles me every single time is that some people, they expect things from people that they do not give. For example, respect. You cannot require respect if you don't give it. It's plain talk, bad manners, right? You cannot give respect. You can't expect respect, I should say, if you do not give it. Simple. Be kind, be rewarded, be unkind, and a series of, and this is the laws of the universe. If you be kind, you are going to be rewarded with kindness. But if you be unkind to people and talk to them any kind of way and shout up and diminish their character and you cut them down to size and whatever, you're going to attract more of that in your life. It's the energy that we put out into the universe. Don't get me wrong, you can be blunt, you can be straightforward with people, but you don't need to start, you know, telling them things about themselves, like, you know, you're being dotish, or you're being stupid, or you're being foolish, or it's like, the truth is the truth, you know? So there is that. You are not an emotional punching bag. If it's not genuine, don't accept it. Any type of offer. And lastly, create and don't stop creating. So this is what you need to know right now, my pile 2. You are not an emotional punching bag. Alright? You're not. If people need to take out their anger, tell them carry it elsewhere. You are not the one to take, you know, their anger out on. Set boundaries with people. I know I am definitely not the one for anybody to talk any type of way, because I'm very respectful to people and very straightforward. If it's not genuine, don't accept it. Any type of offer, yeah, some of you need to re-examine if people are genuine to you or not. And if they're not genuine, well, then you need to know what you need to do. Okay, sometimes you need to just, again, not be as present, not be as sociable with certain individuals because you realize they're not being genuine. Create and don't stop creating. Create. Have a hobby. Develop a hobby outside of, you know, whatever situation this is here. Because I feel like maybe recently you would have spoken something or said something, right? And it offended somebody who is a lot of the times dishonest, right? And people have their ways of trying to make you out to be something that you're not. I've noticed that in life. When you are chill and whatever, sometimes people like to try you. Right? I know for sure I am not the one. Respectfully, I am not the one. So let's go on to pile 3. Pudgy Piglet. What does my pile 3 need to know? Oh, y'all look so cool. Are y'all like my chunky monkeys that chose this pile? Chunky. You might be on the bigger side of life, you know. Like food. Some of you may like food that chose pile 3. Ain't no shame in that. Alright, let's get into these messages. Everyone has different sides to them. None can judge, only God can judge. Not everyone is against you. Stop and introspect. Listen to what is not being said. Catch flights, not feelings. Nah, I like this. I like this. I like these messages. Okay, let's go. Toxic isn't cute. Release old beliefs and patterns. Hypocritical beings are those that hate themselves. Better opportunities are on the horizon. Be patient. Okay. Your confidence is not arrogance. Some of you needed to hear that. And it only takes a level of yeah, we'll get into that just now. Let's analyze each message. So the first one that came out is everyone has different sides to them, and I feel like you, my pile 3, you understand this. You may need that reassurance that, hey, everybody have different sides. So yeah, none can judge, only God can judge. You surrender the things you have no control over. Some of you need to just release, you know, the things you have no control of. Not everyone is against you. Stop and introspect. Yeah, some of you may have like this betrayal kind of fear or something for my pile 3, or you know, you may feel like you can't really trust people because of what you've been through before, which, by the way, everybody's been through something before that they don't talk about, every single human, and you don't need to share a story with people you don't really know. You could keep things private. But apart from that, not everyone is against you. Stop and introspect, right? So stop and do some reflection, my pile 3. You know, not everyone is against you. There are some people that just want to see you do well. There are some people that want to help you along the way, and you should treat these people well, you know. Don't treat them bad. Listen to what is not being said. Yes, some of you need to pay attention to what is not being said by the people around you. Okay? Pay attention to body language. I'll tell you everything you need to know. Okay? Your confidence is not arrogance. Maybe some of you had people tell you this. It's okay to be confident, you know, like it's okay to be sure about your strengths and your weaknesses. That is what confidence is. Confidence is being very certain about your strengths and your weaknesses. All right, being self-aware as well ties directly into self-confidence. So maybe you had people try to make you feel like you're being arrogant for just simply having a little bit of self-love and a little self-respect now. But I feel like for you, my pal 3, toxic isn't cute. Release old patterns and beliefs. Yeah, some of you need to really just let go what does not serve you or contribute to your higher consciousness or your higher level of thinking, your wisdom. Release those things. Release old patterns. Just because it's in your bloodline doesn't mean you have to repeat it. Just because it's not yeah, just because it's something that you believe for many years in your family doesn't mean you have to carry on the same belief, you know. Sometimes you just have to venture off on your own, discover your truths on your own, discover life on your own, and everybody's journey is so different and so unique, right? And we need to have this amount of consideration for self as we journey through life. Consider yourself, you know. Consider yourself as somebody who is growing, learning, evolving, etc. Hypocritical beings are those that hate themselves. Yeah, people who don't practice what they preach are people who have a hard time loving who they truly are. I always say that, right? They have a hard time loving who they truly are, because if you love yourself, you're going to practice things that would reflect who you truly are. If you love yourself, you're gonna practice things that you preach. You know, you wouldn't just be out here trying to tell people how to live your life and then you're not practicing, or at least trying to practice things, because nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. We all have, you know, shortcomings and whatever. We all have them. So better opportunities are on the horizon. Be patient. Be patient. Be patient. Yeah, some of you need to just be patient with where you're at in life right now, you know, especially on your journey, where you're at in terms of, I don't know, anything really. Be patient. Better is yet to come. None can judge. Only God can judge you. Surrender the things you have no control. Yeah, and keep in mind that nobody can judge you. Nobody's in a position to judge you. Because, you know, if you want me to get biblical here, the Bible says, let the one without sin cast the first stone, you know. So, technically, we have all fallen short of the glory of God. You know, if you want me to get biblical here for some of you. But that is for a whole other conversation, alright? So, that's what you need to know right now. Don't judge people, you know. Try your best. It's good to have strong opinions, yes, but don't judge people, okay? My power 3, very, very specific message for my power 3. Some of you love food. I get that from my power 3. Some of you love food. Alright, if you like, don't forget to subscribe. If you don't like, feel free to visit another channel, y'all. Bye, love you.